I have not had a chance to check out Red Dead Redemption 2 yet, Richard.
Well, you should.
Yeah?
Yeah, they've...
Tell me about it, Richard, as I blow my nose on mute.
Well, they've set the bar on video games again. It was at like The Witcher 3, and then Horizon Zero Dawn came out. And now this has come out, which I feel is the new best video game ever made. Unless you're a Call of Duty fan, in which case, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. My son picked it up. He had pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
And like last weekend, I had told him, I said, hey, next weekend, you don't have to come over. And he's like, no, I'll come over. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, dude, you're going to get your game. Like, stay home. He's like, no, I'll have plenty of time. Like, by Thursday, he's texting me. He's like, I don't think I'm going to be over this weekend.
This is like the best game ever made. Don't think I'm going to make it.
And then I was like, I just texted him. I'm like, enjoy Red Dead Redemption 2. Because I knew that. I just knew. So I'm like, nah, fuck it. Have fun.
Yeah, no, but it is outstanding. It is a quality game, and it's nice to see a level of quality returning to the gaming industry, which has been plagued with microtransactions and paywalls for too long.
That sounds almost political.
It's not political.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like a rant.
Well, I suppose. It was a semi-rant. I mean, the game industry is plagued with microtransactions.
But is it like Lewis Black, the rant is due?
I don't know if I can bring that level of rantiness anymore. It'd have to be something that I'm really passionate about.
Yeah, that's a hard persona to keep up.
It is.
That's a rough one. Whew.
I'm at that stage in my life now where very few things affect me.
See, because eventually that's going to happen with that fucking pirate voice. You're gonna. How long can you keep it up? How long can you hold on to it?
I'll be able to maintain it for as long as I want, Chris.
See, no,
you scurvy bilge rat.
Listen, I want to remind you of a great movie, Richard. I want to bring you back to Dodgeball.
That is a good movie.
And listen, man, the whole pirate gag didn't work for that guy either.
Yeah, it did. Because in the end,
he stopped being a fucking pirate.
No, he didn't. If you watch that movie to the end, he starts being a pirate again.
I stopped watching before then.
So obviously your entire point is moot, and I win. So pirate voice, yay.
So back to Murder for Richard. Okay, gotcha.
That's your fallback plan. Murder for Richard. Can we have one night where you don't go, I'm going to kill you?
No. No, I think it's fun. I think it's fun for me to find that inn. That way for me to slide in and say, I want to take your life for all the misery that you caused me with disagreeing with me about really good movies and really shit movies.
Name one time I've disagreed with you about a really good movie.
I'm not going to even go there right now.
No. You brought it up. You got to provide examples.
I'm trying to think of a recent one. Because saying X-Men Apocalypse, we've talked about that one incessantly. What's been recent that you bitched about that I said was good? I forget. We talk about this shit so much.
I didn't bitch about it, but I said Venom wasn't that bad, and you said it was terrible.
Well, I haven't
Even though you
seen.
hadn't
I
seen
haven't
the
seen it
movie,
yet. I haven't seen
which
it yet.
yeah.
I'm prejudging, and I'm standing behind my prejudgment.
Hmm.
I'm putting my money where my mouth is. So if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. How's that?
Yeah, no.
I'll admit it, Richard. I will give you your just desserts.
We both liked
Not just
Infinity War.
you. Yeah, we both loved Infinity War. Infinity War was a great movie.
How could you not like that movie? People who don't like that movie should be killed because
I loved the people that were like, oh, they fucking ended that way. I'm like, how could they not?
There's going to be a second part to it. We all knew there was a second part to it, so
it's a fucking 2-part movie. It's like imagine if Star Wars was done in 2 parts. The middle where fucking Darth Vader says, "I'm your father." Spoiler alert for those of you who are fucking locked in a closet. Would have been at the end of the first movie. Or somewhere in there. They probably would have slipped it in earlier. Or somewhere so that it would have fit with the chronological timeline of having it between 2 movies. But anyway. Yeah, Infinity War was great. I can't think of one besides X-Men Apocalypse.
I recently found out that there was a Marvel film that I haven't seen yet.
Oh yeah?
That was I haven't seen Ant-Man and the Wasp yet.
It's not bad.
The reason being it wasn't actually released in theaters in England because it coincided with the World Cup.
What?
I don't think you understand what the World Cup is like when you're British.
Listen, you're talking to somebody who doesn't understand what it's like when you're a football or a baseball or a basketball fan here. I don't give a shit.
I don't usually either, but it's the World Cup.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Don't give a fuck.
But yeah, it wasn't released in the theaters over here because of the World Cup.
Huh. Nice. So, do you think we should start this lovely little ditty?
Make a sincere effort to jump onto the topic.
The actual topic.
That doesn't sound like us.
Not ramble on about inane bullshit.
That sounds more like us.
For the next hour. We are sans Steve tonight. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough.
It's gonna be sad. You know, already I'm feeling we're missing that Alcorn vibe that just gets us through the show. And our fans, of course, will be devastated because he's who they come to listen to.
Uh-huh. By Alcorn vibe, do you mean the vibe of pedophilia?
No, I just mean like that.
Oh.
Dithering.
I wasn't insinuating anything. I was just saying, you know. I was wondering if that was the vibe.
Let's
you were feeling.
Let's try something that I
do you think Steve has ever stuck a vibrator up his ass?
Of course.
You think so?
Who hasn't done that?
I haven't done it.
Fuck off.
I'm not kidding. I've never done it.
You've never done that?
Huh?
You realise that our G-spot is located in our ass, right? It's the quickest way to make us jizz.
I don't give a shit.
I'm just saying.
Don't give a shit.
Just saying.
Don't care.
So, in the chat room, you know, if you want Steve back, chime off with hashtag bring Steve back.
Yeah, and then miraculously next week when he's... Yeah, anyhow. Let's start this fucking...
I saw it on BuzzFeed.
Let's
They're mildly successful.
Let's start this bag of shit, shall we?
Go.
This is the Fortean Slip, episode 48, the Dyatlov Pass Incident. That's all I got for you. I've given up on the witty show titles for a little bit. I got to take a break. It's too much for me right now, Richard.
And I'm really terrible at them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, today I'm just like, I didn't think about it until the very last minute, and then I'm like, fuck, wow, no. And if I don't give myself a little bit of time, I'm screwed. I'm done. There's just no way I'm getting through it. And coming out the other side with anything decent, which was why, I had to make it on the backs of people like you and Steve, Richard. Which, by the way, we are without Mr. Alcorn this week.
We tried to reach out to a couple of other seasoned podcasters, but they didn't want anything to do with us. So we tried Phil of Power Breakdown, and he didn't want anything to do with us. We're running out of friends to jump in when Steve's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, when Steve takes these, sabbaticals away, fishing on mountains.
Fishing on mountains?
Yes, with other men.
In a sort of lodge. Sweat lodge.
In a tent. No, it's in a tent. I think they made some films about that, or a film. I think, Richard. I'm not sure. I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
No, I totally believe you.
I'm pretty sure that these type of relationships have been documented. But that's where Steve is. He should return next week from his fishing trip, quote unquote. But yes, the Dyatlov Pass, if you recall from last week's episode, we had said we were going to discuss for I don't know how many times this makes that we've discussed it. But I think Steve's only talked about it like once on the show total because he's missed every other Dyatlov Pass episode. I'm pretty sure. Anyway.
Yeah.
Richard, you do not help the dead air on the show.
No, I'm not very good at it. You've already proved that.
You suck dick.
You just stopped talking right when I was taking a hit from my e-cigarette. That was all. So, if anyone's fault, it's yours.
No, you got to be on the ball.
Yeah, okay.
You got to be on the ball. Listen, Dyatlov Pass. Go.
Right, on the 2nd of February, 1959, a group of 9 ski hikers in the Russian Ural Mountains.
No. See, the only way, and I should have made this clear before we did this episode. Who was the motherfucker that voiced those claymation fucking movies? Rudolph and Santa Claus is coming to town. Who did the fucking voiceovers for those? Oh shit! That is the only way I will let you tell this story.
That way.
Yep. How can you do a fucking pirate voice when it's in the fucking middle of the Ural Mountains?
You want me to do Bert Ives?
Bird Eyes. Was that who it was?
That's who it was.
Fucking
I have not seen those movies, so...
You've never seen Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Santa Claus is Coming to Town?
No, I've never seen them.
Oh, Richard.
Sorry.
Richard.
Sorry.
The Bumble? The little elf that just wants to be a dentist?
The little elf that wants to be a dentist?
Yeah.
Why is that a thing?
In the fucking land of the misfit toys. Richard, it's like this podcast. We're like the land of the misfit toys.
We are most definitely misfit toys. And we are lost.
And there's the Bumble. It's like a fucking Yeti, dude. But it's got a toothache, and the fucking elf dentist fixes it. Dude, that shit goes down.
Shit, well, I feel like I'm being ganged up on here.
You've missed out on probably the best Christmas special of all time.
No.
Of all time, my friend.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. No, Rudolph. It'll warm your heart, Richard.
Christmas Story is the best Christmas movie.
No. Christmas Story.
Yes.
No, Christmas Story is probably the best comedic. This is fucking Rudolph, man. This is like you sit down with your family. You know, this is what you do. It became traditional. Every year you had to fucking watch Rudolph. Come on, man. What do you when you sit down to watch a good Christmas movie, Richard? I gotta know this. I'm gonna derail this whole fucking thing right now.
Okay.
When you sit down to watch a good Christmas movie,
yeah,
what do you drink?
Sherry.
You pour yourself some nice sherry, and is that the blood of a woman named Sherry?
No, it's a drink called sherry.
Well,
That's what you drink at Christmas.
I just never know with you. You know, you're a sick motherfucker, Richard. So
at Christmas, I drink slow gin and sherry.
Slow gin and sherry. All right, so you pour yourself one of those. You sit down and you watch fucking Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
No.
Come on, dude.
I watch A Christmas Story. Santa got run over. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Die Hard, of course, because you're gonna watch that.
Die Hard's a good Christmas movie.
And whatever BBC Christmas specials are running.
Yeah. All right.
I do not watch the Queen's speech, though. Forget that.
I think you've been denying yourself Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
But he wasn't in the original reindeer, okay? Why should I acknowledge a bastard pretender to the reindeer throne?
Hey, listen. I don't know what to tell you. I just know it's a good little flick. And it's got fucking stop, and it's stop motion. And it's got a fucking Yeti. And an elf dentist. How can you go wrong with a fucking elf dentist, a Yeti, and a fucking reindeer with a lit up nose? You tell me that is not a recipe for fucking brilliance.
For heartwarming family fun.
And a fucking island of misfit fucking toys.
Okay, you seem to be taking this rather seriously.
Listen, and I want fucking, you know what? I'm not a big Tim Burton fan, but I want Tim Burton to fucking reimagine this bitch darker. That's what I want.
Did he do The Nightmare Before Christmas? Isn't that dark enough?
Yeah, good point. All right, Dyatlov Pass. Go.
So let's ask the chat room if you feel like I should watch Rudolph. #Rich watch Rudolph.
I agree.
Keep that one going.
Yeah. Let's get the ball rolling on that one.
Since neither me or Chris uses Twitter, it will be utterly pointless. But
actually, I do use Twitter.
Well, there you are then.
I use it, but I don't go to it. It's a long story, but anyway. So Dyatlov Pass.
Stalking someone.
Yeah, that's it. I use it for promotion.
On the 2nd of February, 1959, a group of 9 ski hikers in the Russian Ural Mountains died in a most bizarre fashion. Killed by what? No one is sure. There were no eyewitnesses.
Whoa. How do you get killed by what?
Killed by what? It's a question.
Oh. Carry on.
All of those present died in an unnamed pass on the eastern side of the mountain Kholat Sikal, a Mansi name meaning mountain of the dead. Wow, that's ominous by itself. After the incident, the
Dun
pass
dun
collected.
dun.
There's the dramatic music. After the incident, the pass collected a name for itself, Dyatlov Pass, after the group leader, Igor.
Man's curve.
After the group leader, Igor Dyatlov. Igor is such a Russian name. I feel like that's racist.
I got you the Abby normal brain.
Oh, he had the best life ever.
Absolutely. Carry on.
The whole thing began with 10 people, 8 men and 2 women who took a journey.
and one dude had to bail out, right?
Well, I haven't even started telling the story, and you're already spoiling.
So. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Richard. So, I just know that one dude had to bail out.
Yeah, he did. Because 9 people died and 10 people were originally on the trip. He is the sole survivor. And some people say he killed the others.
Do you think, like, you know, he was as lucky as that dude at the gas station when Javier Bardem goes into the freaking gas station and goes to flip the coin for the cash register, the cashier?
It's like one of the best scenes ever. And it shouldn't be because it's really stupid, but it works.
That guy had the best fucking luck that day ever. What am I betting on? Everything.
Everything.
All right. Dyatlov Pass. Go.
So, there are 8 men and 2 women to take the journey. In the depths of winter, the group planned to traverse the northern Ural Mountains and arrive at Oterton.
Why? Because gangbangs. That's why.
8 men and 2 women. That's a pretty one-sided gangbang. You'd run out of holes, surely. Well, I suppose you could double penetrate. Everything now should happen.
Hey, you never know, Richard.
Wait, no.
To each their own, my friend.
Yeah, to each their own. So, this mountain was only 10 kilometers from Dyatlov Pass. The majority were students and graduates from the Ural Polytechnical Institute, all experienced in mountain expeditions and the such like, with good reason, for those harsh conditions on the route were considered Category 3, the hardest type of passable route. Dun dun dun. On 27th of January, they left from Vishal, the most northern inhabited settlement in the region. All was well until the next day when the Yuri Yudin fell ill and went back to Vishal. The other 9 carried on to their deaths.
Well, they were just going to fucking ski, right?
I believe they were just climbing a mountain, just mountaineers, having a good time.
Just having a good time?
That's some people's idea of fun, and I've climbed 2 mountains in my life, and no, it's not fun.
No, I love hiking. I enjoy.
I like hiking as well.
I enjoy hiking mountains when it's warm or when it is comfortable.
No,
but I have zero desire to climb a mountain in the winter.
That's when it's the most fun. Fucking just kill yourself.
No.
Junkies.
No. Like the last guy that tried to convince me, he's like, but it's not that bad, you know. You get all the gear. And, nope. Nope, not happening.
Any sentence that starts with the presupposition "it's not that bad," that's when you switch off.
That's right. Sort of like I did with Venom.
Yeah, that's true. Nah, realized I've talked myself into a corner there.
Yep. Yeah, you killed yourself with your own logic. Anyway, so these poor motherfuckers.
So they were having
walked to their death.
A jolly romp through the snow and wind-blasted Russian mountains.
Wait. How do we know they were having a jolly romp through the snow?
They were, mountaineers going out in winter. It's probably what they wanted to do. They were probably skipping, laughing, having a good time.
Experienced trackers said, yes, they were skipping through the snow.
You could tell by the footfalls that they were skipping and probably singing.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So after they had a jolly romp through the snow, there was a little blip on February 1st. Rather unpleasant weather, such as snowstorms and general low visibility, severely impaired their progress. The group lost their way, and instead of going over the pass and setting up camp, they wandered westwards, heading for the top of the mountain of the dead. Dun, dun, dun. Upon the realization of their mistake, they decided to just set up camp there on the mountain's eastern slopes. So here we are. They've had a jolly romp. Shit's gotten a bit real. They've gone to camp on the mountain's eastern slopes. That's the story so far.
Okay.
Just in case,
I'm in. I'm in.
All right. Then nothing. The group's records stopped.
They're intense at this point, right?
They're intense. They've set up their camp. Camping, as you know, is intense. Yeah.
Sometimes.
No, it's intense.
Oh, listen to you. Oh. How shitty do you feel about yourself right now?
It's one of 3 jokes, and I've never got to use it in an actual conversation before.
Yeah.
It's a proud moment for me.
I hope so.
So they've set up camp. They're in their tents. They're on the eastern slope of the mountain. Then suddenly, nothing. The group records stop there, and it took a long time for an investigation into their disappearance to begin. The delay, of course, was reasonable. The group had planned to return to the nearest settlement, Vishal, by the 12th of February and send a telegraph back to the group's sports club. February 12 passed, but delays were normal in these types of expeditions. It was Category 3 after all, so nothing happened, and it was only in February 20th that the families of the hikers insisted that a search party be sent out looking for the lost party. And so it went, a quickly cobbled together assembly of ragtag war dogs, volunteer students, and teachers from the sports club went looking. The police planes and helicopter joined them. After 6 days of searching, that camp was found. It was, of course, totally abandoned.
Oh.
The group tent was badly damaged. The police investigation suggested that it had been cut open from the inside. From the camp was a chain of footprints 500 centimeters long, heading in the direction of the woods to the northeast, 1.5 kilometers away.
Use your words.
I don't like that word. Miles. That's a proper word. By following the approximate direction, the police did find a pine tree of certain significance. Beneath the branches of a large old pine tree were the remains of a fire and the dead bodies of several of the hikers. They were both dressed in their underwear and nothing more. Between the camp and the pine tree were a further 3 bodies, those of Dyatlov, Kolomgora, and Slobodom. They were found between 300 and 600 meters away from the tree, and all in a pose suggesting an attempt to return to camp. The initial legal inquest suggested death from hypothermia. No single member of the group had any injuries nearly life-threateningly enough to suggest a murder, and although one member had a small crack in their skull, it was found to be non-lethal. So they're all dead, naked, they've cut out of their own tent.
What the fuck happened, Richard?
That was 5 of them, but there were 9 people in total. So the search for the last 4 people took 2 months to find them. All 4 dead. On May the 4th, they were found to be further within the woods themselves, buried beneath 4 meters of snow in a ravine beyond the Great Pine. The legal inquest into these 4 bodies completely changed the situation. One had major damage to his skull, while 2 more had major chest fractures. One expert said that the force required for such major damage would be comparable to a car crash. However, there were no external wounds, no bruising, and it was as if they had been killed by a great pressure crushing them. One woman in a group, on closer inspection, was found to have no tongue. Creepy.
Dun, dun, dun. Because, sitting out for 2 months, nothing could eat out your tongue.
No. I mean, no.
Yeah.
That just doesn't happen.
Oh.
It was obviously that something mysterious was going on. So some suspected the local tribespeople had attacked, but the theory was soon ousted. There was neither footprints in the immediate area nor in the neighboring areas. Additionally, no sign was found of a hand-to-hand struggle. At the end of the second inquest, the following was found to have happened. In the middle of the night, the group was awoken and forced to leave their camp. The tent was torn open from the inside and the group left camp, all in various states of undress. Some of them had only one shoe, while others had no shoes or wore only socks. Some were found to be wrapped in fine strips of clothing as though their clothes had been cut from their dead bodies. The storm was still blowing and the temperature was minus 25 to minus 30 degrees Celsius. Removal of their clothes was attributed to paradoxical undressing, which is a cause of 25% of hypothermia deaths.
Because you get hot.
Yeah, it's one of the final stages. You think you're getting hot.
Yeah, so you tear your clothes off.
Yep. In moderate to severe hypothermia, the sufferer is confused and becomes aggressive, removing their clothes due to feeling hot, thus increasing heat loss and exposing them to further heat loss. It was concluded that this paradoxical undressing explains the group's collective lack of clothes. 6 of the hikers died from hypothermia, while the other 3 had died from injuries too strong to have been inflicted by another human being. Forensic tests showed high radiation levels on 4 of the victims' clothes. Not to forget, one of the female hikers also had a tongue missing. It was acknowledged that her tongue had degraded quickly due to the action of microorganisms. It had not been forcibly removed.
Dun, dun, dun.
The final verdict of the inquest was that the group had all been killed by a compelling unknown force. Due to the absence of a guilty party, the investigation ceased in May 1959 and the files were sent to a secret archive.
Dude, just have those guys from Making a Murderer make a documentary on this. It'll be aliens for sure. It'd be fucking aliens. Or Bigfoot. Or aliens and Bigfoot. Or
why not
alien
both?
Bigfoot.
Why does one have to exclude the other? That's what I want to know. Why can't it be aliens and Bigfoot in a secret?
Because my favorite, like literally probably my favorite Ancient Aliens episode is the Bigfoot episode. And I'm pissed.
You're pissed.
Because it's fucking 13 seasons of this fucking show. They got 1 episode about Bigfoot? Really? But they got fucking 15 about the pyramids and, freaking the Antikythera mechanism and all this other bullshit. But fucking Bigfoot, the tie to Ancient Aliens, we can't bring that in a couple other times? I'm pretty pissed about that, Richard. Come on now.
Maybe you should write to Giorgio A. Sukanous.
Sukanous?
Yeah, Sukanous.
It's a sucralose there, big boy.
Well, I'm calling it Sukanous.
Okay, anyway. So, yeah, but here's the thing that cracks me up about the Bigfoot Ancient Aliens episode.
Right.
I don't even know how I got here tonight, but anyway, to this point right now.
How do we ever get anywhere?
I don't even know what brought me to this, to here to there. But anyway, so, Bigfoot, Ancient Aliens, and it baffles the shit out of me that this is the biggest. It could be argued that Ancient Aliens is the biggest thing to be on TV, like of this genre.
Yeah, no, I would agree.
I don't know if Finding Bigfoot, they might have given him a run for their money, like for maybe a couple of seasons or something. I don't know, but Ancient Aliens is the shit. Okay, one Bigfoot episode, not a stitch of footage from the Patterson Gimlin film.
Well, that thing's been, raped to death by now.
And not a stitch of footage from
Freeman?
The Freeman footage, yes. Like two of them, the most iconic Bigfoot or supposed quote-unquote Bigfoot videos nowhere in this fucking goddamn show. And it cracks me up every time.
Did they use any Bigfoot footage?
No. They use fake Bigfoot footage of a guy in a suit.
Oh.
It's all just, there's nothing. There's people telling stories. Yeah, it's. So anyway, I can't remember how I got from there to there to there. Oh, I know, because it could have been Bigfoot aliens.
Yes, Bigfoot aliens is how
I fucking figured it out, Richard.
You Sherlock Holmes that shit.
I fucking did. Thank you, Watson.
Yeah. Why am I Watson?
I don't know.
You want to kill me? Can't I be Moriarty?
Why are we debating what fucking character you're gonna be? You're on my team, motherfucker.
Because we're nerds. That is the sacred duty of nerds everywhere.
Were we talking about fucking Dyatlov Pass?
We were at one point, but we've moved on now.
But it could have been Bigfoot aliens.
It could have been Bigfoot
aliens.
And
that's fucking interesting, Richard. I don't want you to gloss over this fact. It could be beautiful, man.
Bigfoot aliens come down here with no other agenda than to appear blurry in films.
What if it was fucking Bigfoot aliens and that picture that they found was actually a Bigfoot?
That's interesting.
And
which brings us to the secret archive.
And no, fuck the secret archive. No, let's not go there. And the Bigfoot aliens chased them out of their tents, and then
right. I'm with you.
And then crushed a couple of them.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. So the Bigfoot alien comes down to presumably.
They chased those motherfuckers until they ran until they fucking died.
Well, you know what that is, don't you? Bored Bigfoot teenage aliens making YouTube videos.
Yeah, it's fucking snuff films.
There you are. We're fucking coming down to Earth and we're going to chase these humans. It's going to be really funny.
Actually, wouldn't that be more like fucking big game hunting?
They didn't use weapons.
Who knows?
Shouldn't they be armed with, like, planetary destruction missiles?
I don't know, but I am down with the Bigfoot, Ancient Aliens, Dyatlov Pass
connection.
Listen, you turned me.
I have persuaded you
and you didn't even fucking say it.
Such is the strength of my argument is that I don't even need to say it and you're convinced.
Listen, it was amazing, Richard, what you did tonight. I want to thank you for opening my eyes.
Yeah, I feel it.
To the Dyatlov Pass Incident. Because, it is a strange occurrence. I don't know how much of it can be attributed to the supernatural or the paranormal, but it is a really strange set of circumstances that happened. I mean, they talk about it. It could have been an avalanche, but I mean, what made him get out of the fucking tent?
Hypothermia.
I don't think it was hypothermia, though. I don't think hypothermia made him get out of the tent.
Oh, what made them get out of the tent? The avalanche.
I don't. There wasn't any signs of it.
The 4 of them were found smacked up against a tree, buried under 4 feet of snow.
Yeah, those 4. But what about the other ones? And the tent wasn't destroyed. The tent was sitting there. What made them get the fuck out of the tent?
Well,
those are the questions that I have, and I think anyone can throw out I think there's a different set of circumstances people can throw out. Somebody could throw out that it wasn't the avalanche, or it was a sound, or it was this, or it was that. None of us are ever going to know.
No, we're not going to know.
It's going to remain an unsolved mystery.
Yes, forever.
And, Robert Stack is not going to talk about it ever again. But
why would he?
I don't know. Because he did the Unsolved Mysteries show.
Yeah.
That's why, Richard. That's why.
Wasn't that Dennis Farina?
No, that would be Robert Stack, my friend. Yeah, okay. Unsolved Mysteries. Do. Come on now, Richard.
What am I thinking of?
I don't have a fucking clue. But yeah, I think that there's definitely some interesting set of circumstances that happened with the Dyatlov Pass incident. Now, like I said, I don't necessarily jump right to the supernatural, to aliens or Bigfoot or whatever. Although I am liking this fucking ancient alien Bigfoot theory, Richard. I am liking that. I am liking that. I definitely think there's something. I want to say fishy, but it something's not right about the whole thing. There's a bunch of conflicting reports that, I know there was one report I had read about that the original investigator or coroner didn't want to sign off on shit. And whether or not any of that stuff is true, I don't know either. This is all, a lot of this, how things get jumbled up in the big world of the intertubes and the interwebs.
I do. I do know what you're talking about right there.
You do know how to fill up a podcast with silence.
Yeah, I know. I was just looking at that Unsolved Mysteries thing. They were both hosts of it.
Oh, were they?
That's why I got confused.
Ah.
But, no, it's really not a mystery. It was a really cold winter. They got hypothermia, and one of the final stages of hypothermia is acting crazy. They cut out their tent, ran around naked, and died.
But you think that 9 people who were all prepared for this type of weather, they were prepared for winter camping. These weren't people that were just out and it happened to get fucking cold, Richard.
Yeah, appreciated, but Occam's razor always applies, and one of the final stages of hypothermia is taking off all your clothes. And they were found naked, so what is the simplest explanation?
Bigfoot ancient aliens?
Right, okay, Bigfoot ancient aliens. That is the simplest explanation. Huh? But what would be the Bigfoot's reason?
I don't know. I just like the idea of it. Makes for a good story.
We have actually got an intelligent theory from the chat room.
Oh boy.
Oh no, I have to fucking make a big deal out of this because usually they're just wanking each other off. But Ang Reeves says, I feel like perhaps the noise from the avalanche woke and startled them, and they panicked and got up quickly and tore their way out of the tent and got hypothermia. She also says you should ask Bobby Dunbar for his opinion.
Bobby Dunbar.
There's your fucking Bobby Dunbar. Shut up.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Hashtag
and that's all of the enthusiasm that you're getting out of me with the fucking thing tonight, too. No more. No more. It's not happening. Bobby Dunbar.
Hashtag let Bobby rest.
There you go.
I'm off, bros.
Yeah. All right. So, but yeah, I think it's an interesting case. I tend to think, yes, Richard, Occam's razor does apply to most everything.
Yeah.
You know, but there are those cases that are just strange.
That's true. And there are some really strange cases.
And I think this one qualifies as one of those strange cases. I've liked it for a long time. I hate to say it, I like the fact that 9 people died in the middle of the fucking mountains and froze to death. Like, I don't like that, but the story itself, you know, these people weren't, you know, inexperienced. You know, the luck on the motherfucker that stayed behind. Like I said, really does.
Like someone who called in sick on 9/11.
No shit, right? Fucking A.
Is it okay for me to feel good about this? Or maybe you got survivor's guilt. That would really
suck. If a Javier Bardem looking motherfucker walks into your place of business, just answer him when he says call it. Just fucking answer, because you're going to be okay.
Keep a 2-headed coin on your person at all times for just such an emergency.
I love that fucking goddamn movie. It's so hard to, No Country for Old Men. Yeah. It's so hard to tell somebody to watch that movie because it's not your typical movie.
It's not an easy movie to like, but you know, No Country for Old Men, There Will Be Blood. There's another great one.
You think the ending of Inception's bad? Fucking No Country for Old Men is like fucking close the fucking book. I mean, fuck. But what a great movie. And what a cool fucking bad guy. Anton Chigurh.
Yep.
Fucking Woody Harrelson in a fucking cowboy hat. You want me to go find Anton Chigurh? No.
I've got to admit, Woody Harrelson grown on me.
Woody Harrelson's the shit.
Zombieland, that was a film I saw him, and I was like, okay, I like you now. You are forgiven for Cheers.
Wow. Listen, what do you have against Cheers?
It's fucking, it's just all the same sitcom that they always released in that time. Toss Ted Danson at the screen and canned laughter and I hate it. Hate it all.
See, I hate it now. But there was a time, Richard. There was a time.
There was a time when you were pro Cheers.
I was fucking all about Cheers. Are you kidding me? What are you out of your fucking mind? Fucking Cliffy? Norm?
Obviously an American thing.
Frasier?
Yes, that was the best thing to come out of that show.
I mean, give me a fucking break. This is fucking Cheers we're talking about. Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. I've already been through this, Richard. On this goddamn show. Don't you
But
make me do it again.
but that does raise an interesting point about Dyatlov Pass zombies. What if
I
they
think it
were
brings up an interesting point that I took Steve's advice.
what?
I watched The Good Place.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Fucking Ted Danson still got it, motherfucker. Ted Danson is still the shit. I don't care what anybody says. That white-haired, tall motherfucker, he's still got it going on. I love him still to this day. I like the show. I normally do not like the regular TV shows, but the fucking Good Place is it's comical. I've enjoyed it, and I
If you
like
like
what's
seeing
her name, Kristen Bell.
if you like seeing some Ted Danson, you might want to check out Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I see. I've never been able to really go Curbed, but anyway,
He's got some hilarity going on there.
we're being called boring. You don't like the Cheers talk? You knobs are putting us to sleep. Oh, well, that's nice.
Ah, we're finally getting some action from the chat room. But you didn't hashtag anything. I told you to hashtag.
Listen, Richard. What'd you think of Benson?
Benson.
Yeah, Benson.
I don't know what that is.
Put him to sleep. I'll give him a fucking goddamn Valium. Yeah. Let's talk about the old radio shows like The Shadow. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows. And so does Santa Claus. And God.
You got to admit, the whole Santa Claus thing is a bit creepy.
Yeah?
Old.
You think pedophile?
I think pedophile. I mean,
we are, we are coming into the festival, our festive Christmas season, Richard, if you will.
Yeah, we had fucking Christmas commercials on in September over here, and I lost my shit.
Hey, I went to a Lowe's, and they already have the Christmas stuff out. It's a travesty.
It's earlier every year.
It's a travesty, my friend.
I hate to be cliche about it, a cliche Kevin, but it does come earlier every year.
So anyway, what were you saying about Christmas?
What about it?
In relation to what we were talking about.
What were we talking about?
I don't remember. I got high before the show, Richard.
I was going to say that zombies might have killed the people at Dyatlov Pass.
Interesting.
Yeah, see? There they are. And that would explain why they were naked, because they turned into zombies, and then they died because of the cold.
Interesting, Richard. I like where you're going with this.
It's possible.
We need to have a show like Art Bell and be like, caller, you're on the air.
I don't think I'd want to talk to anyone that listens to this show.
No? No, you're right.
I mean, remember the old days when we used to set up the Hangout in the Facebook page?
To all of you people that talk to Dean Cooper in the Hangout, in the chat, I love Dean. He's a longtime fan. Right. Sometimes trying to talk to Dean is like nails on a fucking chalkboard.
And he refuses to accept that parrots are inferior to ferrets.
I don't want to get into this whole parrots versus ferrets thing. But that's right.
Oh,
Slam on Dean time.
Speaking of ferrets, I watched a YouTube video the other day about this woman that keeps a ferret as an emotional support pet, and I want her to die.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the fucking film, The Big Lebowski, there's ferret abuse in that film, and I never realised.
Oh, and they throw the ferret in the tub?
Yeah, that's ferret abuse.
Is it?
Yes.
Are you sure that was a ferret?
That is a ferret. It was too small to be a polecat.
And they don't like to swim?
They do not like to be chucked in water.
Huh. Well, Richard, I suggest that you call PETA
I'm going to.
right away.
When we're done here, I'm going to call Peter and we'll have that fucking vile whore killed.
I will continue to watch The Big Lebowski.
And The Big Lebowski gets a pass because it's an amazing film.
And laugh my ass off every single time he drops the ferret in the fucking tub.
That's not funny.
And fucking the dude goes, ah!
It's a great film, okay, but there's so much more memorable stuff from that film than they throw a ferret in the bathtub.
Yeah, it's still funny.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's ferret abuse.
It's still funny when he slaps the water with the joint in his hand, trying to get the fucking ferret away from him. We'll cut off your Johnson.
Nihilists are cowards.
Yeah, it's the best.
It's a good film.
It is one of the best.
Yep.
Absolutely. Did we put dipshit to sleep?
He stopped talking, so yeah. But we've had a massive spike.
A massive spike?
Yeah, we went from 9 viewers to 18.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. We do okay every once in a while. We don't do well overall though, Richard. We suck, if you will.
We did start at the right time. I got confused because our clocks went back today, so.
Yeah, ours did at some point here. I don't know. It all happens automatically now. I don't even think about it. I'm just part of the system, man. I'm part of the matrix. Fucking plug me in, turn me on, set me up, stick the fake food in my mouth. I'm ready for the robot overlords, Richard. I mean,
robot overlords. I think it's aliens.
I think it's time. I think it's time for the robot overlords. Yeah. You don't think that's the natural progression of things?
What? Us, robots, aliens.
Us go to robots.
And robots become corrupt and stupid and aliens take over.
No, robots are the next step. Artificial intelligence. No, let's say artificial intelligence. Not necessarily robots, artificial intelligence.
Oh, I see. Right, so you reckon AI is the next big leap for this planet?
I think so. You know, it goes back to the whole thing of, you know, everybody bitches because of plastic. You know, plastic, you can't get rid of plastic. Plastic is garbage. And then George Carlin, being a comedian, you know, so it's tongue in cheek, but what if we were here to make plastic? You know, what if that was our role? You know, so to speak.
I suppose. You know, I mean, bacteria has already evolved that can eat plastic. So.
Right. So you know, just what if it's those steps? But you know, I definitely think that they're the next step in evolution. You know, it's what we're working on. But instead of it happening naturally through evolution, it's happening through technology, which is even more interesting.
How do you know that's not part of evolution?
I just think it is because it's a part of us.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying
if we create it
was through technology, and I said, well, what if that's part of the natural evolution?
Oh yeah, no, most definitely. I think that it is because it comes from us.
Yep.
You know, and I think that's the part of the natural evolution of the planet. To act like that we are not a natural part of the world, and that the things that we do aren't what we do. I mean, to the planet, and it's just what we do. So We shall see, Richard.
We shall.
We shall see.
See, we shall.
Do we have any? I don't want to do news this week.
All
You
right.
didn't bother to get any news stories, did you?
No, I thought we weren't doing any news.
Yeah, good. We're not. Is there any updates on the Bigfoot community bullshit? Trifecta news.
Let's see. Bob and Russell and Mark have decided to declare peace with everyone.
What's what?
Well, you know that Bob Gimlin is being held by Russell Accord.
Hostage?
I assume so.
Do we have to send in Batman?
The way that the Bigfoot community is talking about it, it does seem like a hostage situation. But I understand that Russell Accord is just managing Bob's affairs in a mutually beneficial contract. And well, they made a video saying that they were making peace with everyone because apparently it's caused hostility. According to Richter, Tom Yamarone punched him in the face. There's been all sorts of crazy shit.
Tom Yamarone punched Richter in the face?
Yeah, that's what Richter says.
Nobody more deserving than that motherfucker. I hope he knocked him out. I would shake Yamarone's hand, and I don't even know if I like the guy. I'd shake his fucking hand anyway. Somebody get me Tom Yamarone on the fucking program. I want to thank him for his service to the fucking Bigfoot community.
That was a big, big favor he did, and we are grateful.
I'm fucking very grateful. Punched Richter in the face? Just once?
Just once.
I was hoping he got him for the double tap.
And, you know, Richter was quite upset about it, and rightly so. You can't really go around punching people in the face.
Oh, sure you can. With a name like Yamarone. And you should. Especially when it's Richter.
But you didn't like it when fucking what's-his-face was going to punch you in the face.
Who?
Short guy with a beard, Florida.
Stacey Brown?
There we go, Stacey Brown.
No, I just said, you can threaten me all you want and go ahead, do whatever the fuck you're going to do.
I absolutely despise that line of argument on the internet because it's so fucking basic. You know, you hear that from 12-year-olds when you're playing video games. Oh, I'm going to fucking find you and kick your ass. No, you're not.
He threatened me in front of like almost like 10 people. So, I mean, I listen, all in all, I don't give a fuck. You know, I've been approached by people in public before, people in the Bigfoot community. I got approached once when I was with my son. And I was kind of pissed.
As you would be.
Because not, if it had just been somebody, been like, hey, hey, love your show, whatever, which is never going to fucking happen. I don't have that big of a fucking audience. But it was somebody that knew me. And I didn't care to speak to. And who I had issue with. And he tried to, talk to me at an expo. And I was with my son, and I just shot him right the fuck down. But, is it wrong to threaten people with physical violence? Absolutely. Is it okay for me to make the joke that Richter fucking deserves it? Yeah.
I don't have a problem with... I don't say it's wrong. I just think it's boring. It's like the most boring thing you can say to another person. Oh, I'm going to kick your ass. No, you're not, because let's face it, you're a twat.
Again, it goes back to that whole thing of the Chris Rock on the OJ thing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I agree with him, but I understand.
Well, I'm sure you've got a few exes you'd like to knife violently. Or were we talking about Chris Rock?
No, no, I don't have any exes I'd like to knife violently.
No, I've got a couple.
Jesus, Jesus, man. Why don't you
Like
just
if that,
why don't you just invest in a shovel and dig up a tree? It's way easier.
it wouldn't be as emotionally damaging.
Right, and not only that, you get out the frustration.
But
You
no, a
know, like it's
shovel's
a
a good idea.
physically, yeah. I mean, I
Just
think
whack them in their face repeatedly with the
no,
shovel. Donk,
Richard, tree,
donk,
tree.
donk.
Come back to the
Their
tree.
brains leaked out all over the floor.
Come back to the tree, my friend. No, I don't. No, I don't have any fucking exes. I'd like the knife. What are you fucking out of your mind?
I would knife my ex-wife happily.
Oh my god, dude.
If I could figure out a way of getting away with it, I would
You
have done it.
can't say that shit.
Why not?
God damn, man. I mean, come
We
on.
have freedom of speech last time I checked.
Okay.
And as long as I don't actually do it,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, no, no, I don't condone it, but I get it. You know, I've had my run-ins with Richter. Richter's lied about me. You know,
But he's funny.
I don't give a shit if he's funny, Richard. I don't give a sweet shit. You know, the types of things that he had said about me, they don't wash well. So I don't give a shit if he's funny or not.
Well, those three made a video saying that they wanted peace. You know, there's a long thread about it going on in the coalition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's old Stevie Stryfer got to say about it?
The
What's old fucking grizzly Muppet character in a bookstore?
whoa.
What?
What's with the hostility towards Struford?
I love Steven.
Okay, good.
I love.
We're all friends.
I think he easily could be a fucking Muppet in one of the fucking Muppet movies at the bookstore. Tell me I'm wrong. He's a fuck dude. He's a fucking cartoon character, as is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kinda.
He's great.
Can't actually see.
Who doesn't love Steven Stryfer? Who doesn't love the man?
The man, the myth, the legend.
We've nothing but love for you out here, Steven. Nothing but love. By Jesus, you and that coalition. You keep on fighting the good fight.
But yeah, that was the major Bigfoot news. There's nothing gone on with the tree that I saw. Brent's gone pretty quiet about it.
Yeah? He took back his shovel.
He took back his shovel.
He's
dug up the tree.
He's on to uproot a couple of bushes.
I can heal emotionally now.
Hey Brent, I'd like to give you a piece of advice that my cousin gave me when my ex-wife left me. As we were sitting on the porch having a cigarette. First, he handed me a huge jar of weed and a huge ball of hash and said, "Give it back to me when you're done." And then he said, "You know what the best thing is for losing pussy, right? More pussy. So just keep that in mind, Brent. I've always, kept it with me all these years."
Could you, I don't know, could you try to be a little bit more misogynistic? I don't know, could you just raise, you're at unacceptable, but could you try harder? Like more?
Well, I mean, if it was a gay guy I was talking to, I'd be like, it's the cure for, losing dick, more dick. I mean, I I'd say the same thing to a woman who wanted more dick.
That is not true, by the way, Brent. That is just a stopgap measure. It still leaves the empty void in your soul. You need to find healthy, mature ways to get over it.
Huh?
It was just, updating the advice, so it was actually decent.
So it was decent.
Yeah,
Oh,
helpful.
okay. I'm just trying to help out, Rich. I'm trying to be helpful.
Yeah, I know, and I am proud of you for trying.
To a guy who had to dig up a woman's tree. I mean,
I've heard worse breakup stories, though.
Dude, I am gonna fucking giggle about this one for a long time. So actually, you know what, Brent? Kudos, because you made me giggle my ass off the first time Richard told me about it.
It is not a heroic moment for mankind.
No.
For every man that's wanted to dig up his ex-girlfriend's tree, Brent took a
For all
stab.
those times that fucking guys were like, you know what? Things are better nowadays. We used to club him over the head and drag him back to a cave. Brent just set us back. Fucking, he put us back to when before fucking women could vote. That's the shit you got going on in these fucking communities too. It's just this fuck you, fuck me, fucking
literally in that case.
Stick the fucking knife in. The minute you turned around, it's all bullshit, dude. All of it.
It's
give me a break.
It's all politics, and no one's actually looking for Bigfoot.
But
But maybe that was his plan the whole time. Maybe Bigfoot killed Bob Gimlin and assumed his identity that day.
Maybe.
And used it to sow discord in the Bigfoot community. That is the best motherfucking conspiracy theory I've ever come up with.
That Bob Gimlin's a Bigfoot?
That Bigfoot assumed Bob Gimlin's identity. Yes. Wait
a minute. Wait. Is Bigfoot an ancient alien?
Yes. Bigfoot is an ancient alien.
I'm fucking in.
Down to Bluff Creek Canyon, waited for people to film him, 2 gunshots.
Dude,
and then he's like Kaiser Sozeing it, putting on the hat and like the neckerchief and the cowboy outfit.
If fucking Gimlin unzips at the last moment and fucking Bigfoot steps out, and then a fucking white light shines down and Bigfoot disappears, boom, fucking mic drop, booyah.
We wake up tomorrow in like a warehouse tied to chairs. Bigfoot's there. How did you work it out, boys?
Jesus Christ.
That would be the best thing ever. If only real life worked like that.
Fucking Christ. Gimlin's a fucking Bigfoot.
It fits. It fits.
No, it fits if Bobo was a fucking Bigfoot. For Christ's sake.
No, that's the point. He's so little and he doesn't look like a Bigfoot at all. That's why it works.
And then it steps out and it's huge.
Yeah, like one of them clown cars.
Fucking Gimlin's body's a fucking clown car.
It was massive.
A family of Bigfoot come out.
Dred Funn, if you're listening, get on it.
Yeah, no shit, man. Yeah, do that comic strip. The failed Fortean strip. Here's the lost one you can do.
That's awesome.
That would be fucking great. So nothing else going on in the world of the great world of the paranormal, huh?
Not that I saw. It's been really quiet lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad. We need something.
We do. We need something to gather around.
That's right. We need something to sensationalize.
Something
If it fucking bleeds, it leads, Richard.
a symbol.
Oh, don't even. No, let's not go down this fucking road.
A hero.
No, stop. Stop.
A silent guardian.
I hate you. You know that, right?
I do. I do know that. You tell me at least 3 times a week. You just send me random messages. I hate you.
I fucking hate you.
Pictures of you stabbing pictures of me.
Listen, my therapist told me it was healthy. Oh shit. But yeah. So nothing else on the Dyatlov Pass this week?
No,
nothing else?
Well, no. We went through the theories. And,
All right.
I was thinking
some people think it was aliens.
Yeah, but people blame aliens for everything.
Yeah, that's right. I thought we were doing the Tunguska event.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Next week. Well, what else are you thinking, though?
I was thinking about the Winchester Mansion.
The Winchester Mansion. That one I don't know about.
You know, Lady Winchester, she thought she had to keep building her house or she'd die.
Huh.
Her house is supposed to be one of the most haunted places because it's filled with the spirits of all the Indians the Winchester rifle killed.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Huh.
I was thinking about doing that, but we can do the Sunkanoo thing.
Yeah. The Tunguska incident. That because that was one that Steve brought up. And I know he wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve should be back from his mountain fishing trip with another man in a jean jacket
and a 14-inch rod.
That's right. Steve always likes to fish with the 14-inch rod in his hand.
You know, working the shaft.
Yes. I've heard he has a rapid jerking motion that he uses to work his lures in the water.
Just sticks it in there and waggles it around.
Yeah. Steve's a no-nonsense, get-down-to-business kind of guy.
Fish is the way he lives.
That's right. Dangerously.
Badly.
And without a bag. or a sheath, if you will.
Or a sheath.
On that note, Richard.
On that note.
This has been the Fortean Slip, episode 48, the Dyatlov Pass Incident. If you like this shit, hit the little thumbs up button. If you don't, hit the little thumbs down button. Leave a comment. Subscribe. Check out Richard's comic strip, Bigfootin' with Keith and Colin. I don't get it, but some of you do. It's on Facebook.
It's too intelligent for you.
Yeah, there you go. Check out Parabreakdown at youtube.com/Parabreakdown.
Some say.
Fuck off. That's what some say. Check out our good friend Matt Knapp at youtube.com/bigfootcrossroads. I swear to you, I will get that motherfucker on a show.
He's always busy.
It will happen. I had him down to, possibly on the weekend. So this shit may go down. You never know, Richard. You never know. Don't you fucking piss on my parade.
I'll keep my fingers crossed.
And as always, check out our good friend, Dred Funn. Dred Funn's blowing up, people.
Guy's a legend. Support him, or I will come to your house and pee in your letterbox.
He just did a Frankenstein realistic pencil. Looks amazing. The Frankenstein monster. and it looks awesome. I absolutely love it. But check him out at dredfunn.com and youtube.com/dredfunn. If you're friends with him on Facebook, Fred Dunn, he posts a lot of the places where he's going. If you're in those areas, the conventions that he's been going to, go out there, see him. Fred's a great guy. He's done a lot of work for this show, and he's been a good friend to us. So support Fred and anything he does. Dredfunn.com, youtube.com/dredfunn. And we'll be back next week with Steve, hopefully. Hopefully he'll make it back from his fishing trip.
We hope.
And we will talk about the Tunguska incident. But until then, take care of each other. Huddle close. It's getting cold outside.
Beware the ancient alien Bigfoot.
Put on your booties because it's cold outside. And maybe we'll be back. Maybe we won't. Maybe I will drag the ending of this show on just to see how many people will continue listening, Richard.
I reckon we can get at least another minute out of it.
Oh, easily. I could start snoring on the air. And I will bet that there will be people who will continue to listen.
Those guys are awesome, and we love you.
As much shit as I give you all, those of you who listen every week, we have a special place in our heart for you all. So, see ya!
You can tell he's super high.
Yeah, that too.